17 credits, which is just a lot, and especially like living off campus, it's just kind of like hard to do that and work. But my parents help me pay out for some of the school, but I also take out like student loans, which most people do. You just get like a unsubsidized loan from the government. You get more money and more money each year that you attend school. But that helps a lot to pay for school. I don't have any scholarships or anything, but I also didn't apply because I was super lazy and I wish I would have applied for some. But
I still find myself applying for scholarships. Like I do them, a couple of them every semester, just to try to get at least any source of additional funding and free money.
you have some, don't you?
Yeah, I got a couple going into college, and that was fantastic. Really, really helped out a lot. And like you'll just like get in the semester, like you'll see a bill, and then like a couple days later, like they'll like process your awards, and then it's like you just see like the money that you have to pay just go down by a lot. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if they're gonna be offering out free money, just try to collect as much of that as possible. Like it's fantastic.
Yeah.
How much do you work and how many credits do you have, Emily?
I don't work that often. I just kind of picked it up. I work probably like 10 hours a week, and then I'm taking 15 credits. So I'm a slacker compared to that.
No.
But, yeah, it's I have like a student job too, so they definitely understand that if I need to skip a shift or something because I have an exam the next day, or if I'm just overwhelmed, they're very accountable for that.
So does your work study go towards your tuition,
No.
or do you?
I'm
work
not
your job
in
to
work
get paid?
study. I don't get work study.
Oh,
Yeah.
so there's like a student job that isn't work study.
Yeah, there's things at school called work study, and it's if you're like low income or like can't typically afford college, you work for the university, and all that money that you earn goes like straight to your tuition. Like every hour you work, it just bumps off money off of your tuition bill. But like when I went to Eau Claire, I worked on campus, and like I didn't qualify for work study, but I know a lot of friends that did, and it helped them to afford school. Definitely. So, let's see. How'd you pick your? What's your major? And how did you choose it?
Well, I chose biology. I really want to take a biology undergraduate degree and potentially get into a pharmacy school of some sort, either go and be like a pharmacist or a pharmacy technician. I chose biology just because, in high school, that was like one of my favorite courses. And like growing up, I've always been really interested in biology. A lot of my courses, like, even though they'll be challenging, like I'll find them incredibly interesting. I won't like think that about other courses I'm not necessarily like required to take. It's really like key to like keep track of. It's like what classes do you like, what classes do you enjoy going to, like which ones are you paying attention, which ones are you falling asleep in, because chances are like it really does correlate with what you want to do as a career. Like you'll spend a lot of time thinking about like what you want to major in and what do you want to go to school for. You won't have the answer. I still don't 100% know that this is what I want to do, and like people are going to expect you. It's like you'll come home for Christmas after like your first semester away at college, and your family will all be grilling you for what you're doing as a career and where you're going with your life, and you just won't know the answer. But I really do like biology, and I always have, so it's just kind of nice going into classes that I don't just dread going to. The tests I dread going to, they make those really, really hard, but I wouldn't be there if I didn't like it.
So I'm a math major, and I've actually changed my major twice. So when I started at Eau Claire, I was an actuary major, which it's a math major, but it's like a very, very, very specific math major where you do like insurance stuff. But after starting one of the actuary classes, I think I dropped it in the first week of the semester. Like I just did not enjoy it. But that's the cool thing about college is that you can do that and you can just pick up a different class. And so I decided I didn't want to do that, and I switched to a finance major. And then I was doing that, and then I transferred to the U of M to potentially do like finance and accounting. But then after taking classes in that field, I realized I didn't really enjoy that either. So then I switched back to just a general math major, and I am so happy that I did. I love math. I always loved math in school and in high school. I took all the AP math classes that I could. And when you're in your major and you're taking your courses, you just have such a good feeling about it, and you know that you're enjoying it and you're doing well in your classes. Even now, I look forward to going to my math classes every day. Now that I'm in upper level math classes, I love going to class every day. They're super fun. But I'm also doing my teaching license when I'm done, so I have a education specialization. And after I graduate next spring, I'll go into the teaching license program at the U of M because I want to be a math teacher, a high school math teacher. So, but it definitely wasn't super obvious to me right away that I wanted to be a teacher. It took a lot of thinking and debating about. So.
Was it really hard to switch your credits from Eau Claire to U of M?
No, not at all. They only didn't accept one course. They only didn't accept one of my accounting courses because at Eau Claire it was split up into 2 semesters accounting, but at the U it's just 1 semester. So it's the only class, but I had I think 60 credits that 60 credits that I transferred really easily. They accepted all of them. And in fact, some of the classes from Eau Claire were only 3 credits, but at the U they were 4 credits. So I ended up having way more credits at the U than I even did at Eau Claire, which was really, really nice.
Yeah, and they have a bunch of people on campus where it's their specific job to help people with the transferring of credits process. Most universities and even state colleges and Century has a lot of them too. It's just they specialize in just being able to transfer those back and forth, so it's not necessarily an independent thing they have to do by itself.
Yeah, I think they're getting a lot better at that too, making a lot more classes universal from school to school and making it easier to transfer them.
That's just what's nice about the U of M too, is that there's so many resources, so if you need something, there's gonna be something for it, so that's fun. That's really fun.
And a lot of it is just kind of tied into your bill, if you're going to be paying for it slightly, it's not it's an expensive part of your bill, but if you're gonna be paying for it, you might as well utilize it.
Yeah.
I've had friends who were struggling for a while with stress and whatnot, so they sought help from what is it even?
At the counselors.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of mental health counselors on campus that you can go see for free.
Because it can be stressful, so they just utilize that resource. I had trouble with my landlord last year where they were trying to basically take a lot of money from us for no reason, so I was able to seek help from a legal counselor on campus where they basically told us what actions to take in order to make sure that we didn't get gypped.
All for free.
Yeah, and that was just fantastic. We had someone assigned to our case, and that's their job. They're there to help students with their specific legal troubles. So it's all part of the whole entire package.
There's tutoring centers, and if you have a paper that you need to write, there's a writing center for it. So it's really nice. But I don't know. I always really liked psychology. Just whenever there's fun facts, I always thought that was really interesting. So then I kind of just went into it as a psych major, and then I started kind of researching the things that you could do with a psych degree. And then I found industrial organizational psychology, which is a business psych, so it's human resources, using your knowledge about humans and how to optimize their performance to get better results in companies and stuff. But I don't know, I always liked it, but that's kind of nice going as a freshman. They don't really expect you to know what you want to do, so you do have a lot of leeway to explore, figure out what you're good at, figure out what you like. You do have to take generals usually, so it's kind of like a broad, and you'll figure out like which classes you like and which classes you don't like. So.
Yeah.
You get to choose your own generals.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You have to graduate with 120 credits, and like 60 of those credits are just general courses that you have to take. But there's like categories for generals that you have to fulfill, but there's usually like, oh my gosh, there's like hundreds of classes that can fill, and like each like general guideline, and some classes can fulfill like 3 totally different like general categories.
Could they be based on their major and like what you want to do?
Yep.
Yeah,
For sure.
totally.
And
Yep.
you can take like, and like there are like some that you like are like have to get like in certain categories, like I said, but then you can just take basically any course you want that like you're interested in. I mean, last year I had like a class at 9 o'clock going till 10 o'clock, and then I had another class at about like 1 o'clock. I wouldn't want to necessarily go home, so I ended up just taking a bowling class in the middle of that,
Yeah.
and it was great. I mean, it's a great way to kill some time, and
Do
it
you
was
get
an
credit
easy
for
credit.
Yeah.
And at the U, like, it's kind of different than most schools, where, like, most schools will have you pay by the credit, like, so if you're enrolled in 14 credits, you're paying for 14 credits. Whereas the U, like, you just pay to be, like, a full-time student there, and that could be anywhere between, like, 13 and, like, 20 credits. Like, you just pay to
You
be
pay
there,
for
and then you can
13.
take however many
Yeah.
credits you want, which is kind of fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm in 17 credits, but I'm only paying for 13 credits, which is super cool.
Yeah, they have like a rock climbing class.
Yeah, there's a bunch of fun classes.
Like that's a general.
Um,
No.
no, probably not. Your generals are more so you have to take like like I'm in a history class right now. Like you have to take a history
Biological
class, and you have
But
to
there's
take.
like tons of different history classes
Yeah.
you can choose.
Yeah.
Oh, you can choose from like 30 different history from like every part of the earth and time frame of
Yeah.
the world's history.
Some are harder than others.
Yeah.
I took history of rock and roll up to the 1960s, and
Same.
I took that class at Century.
it was fun, and my professor was a weirdo, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, I took like geology and cinema, so we like watched movies based on like geology, like so like earthquakes.
Are you serious? Those are generals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's
took
fun.
I took a literature class called Scandinavian Children's Literature, where we read children's books written by authors from like Sweden and Norway, and we just sat and talked about it for 2 hours a week. Like that's an actual course. That's real life.
Don't you have to take an English one?
Yeah, they take a bunch
You have
of
to take like
different
a writing.
Yeah, like
Course.
like college comm.
Yeah, every
Those are
freshman
required.
has to take a writing course. That's required. But then besides that, I didn't have to take any English courses besides literature. That's the only one.
I took CIS Comp with Hackney, and that fulfilled like some of my there's like a certain course that I had to like specifically take, like freshman writing, and that basically bypassed it. So
I wish I
that was
would
nice.
Yeah,
So-
CI classes.
So if I take like CIS college algebra next year I'm a senior, I won't have to take it during.
If algebra would be like required by like your
Yeah,
career path, like certain like majors won't even require you to take algebra. But like my career path like required me to take it wanted me to take calculus, so I didn't take it in high school, so I ended up taking it my freshman year.
Yeah, most majors you have to take up to Calc 1. Most. I would say probably like half the majors, but some of them don't. Some you just have to take through like college algebra or pre-calculus.
So if like you know like already like what major you want to do and you just go like tell the college admissions, they will like give you a list of what you can
Totally.
choose from.
Yeah, they'll be able to tell you like what like math level you need to get to, or yeah, yeah.
But what if you like isn't there like a placement test you have to take? Like show
Like the AccuPlacer.
Yeah, AccuPlacer.
I had to do that for Eau Claire. You had to take a placement test for like reading and writing and math. But you guys didn't have to take one, did you?
Not necessarily. There are like some courses where it's like I took one specifically for a chemistry class, where it was basically, are you gonna take like this like extremely like the entry level chemistry, or are you able to just go on to the next one? And I kind of wish I would have just taken the first one first, because
Yeah.
it was